It should be asking you if you're okay being recorded live.
I hit okay.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure it came up. Excellent. All right, so now let's see. Um, Give me 1 minute and then I'm gonna be ready. Okay, excellent. Let's get started. We always kick off with our introduction. So, Governor Charles, you want to kick us off?
Good evening, everyone. Glad to be joining tonight on my duty day.
Yes.
All right. My name is Charles Robinson. I am governor of zip code in Chicago, Illinois, 60628 zip code. And my zip code is responsible for all things of nursing, of the nursing field. And I'm currently work for CPS. And my sister city, I have a sister city, which is Dallas, Texas. And my African country is South Africa. And what I would like to see happen before I leave this great earth is all of us, uh, African American, really, um, getting ourselves to a better social and economic place and just taking our rightful place on the world stage.
Booyah. Spoken well. Spoken well. Judy, you want to go next?
Hi, my name is Judy Pickens Greenfield. I'm zip code 60620. Um, I'm a retired dialysis technician and caregiver and everything. And I want to see us be like the Black Wall Street. I want us to be able to go back where we can help each other do whatever we need to do without having to go to these white banks and getting loans and stuff. And we nurture each other for whatever we need. And also want to be able to freely travel back and forth to Africa without no problems or whatever, so we can go to the mother country and see what our ancestors came from. That's what I'd like to see.
Booyah. All right. Cy Smith, my zip code is 46402. That's in Gary. And before I leave this earth, I want to see our people loving each other, supporting each other, doing business with each other while traveling back and forth between here and Africa as if it's not a big deal. So I think that's very doable. So I hope when we get there that God don't call me home then, since that's what I want to see happen before I leave. Civil, you want to go ahead and follow in that same format?
I am Civil 46403, Gary, Indiana, and I would love to see our people being healed physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and just available to receive great, great abundance.
Yes, yes, indeed. All right, good stuff. Excellent. All right, so I just got a text from Sherry. Superstar Sherry is not feeling well, so she won't be joining us. Charles, that was your link. And then we still expecting Deborah and Mike Perkins to get on, but we're going to be recording it, so we're going to keep going. And I'm going to talk about this here document you guys are looking at. All right. So this is called the T formation, and the zip code 60628. Every third Wednesday, which is what today is, the third Wednesday, we concentrate on this zip code. And Governor Charles is our leader, that him and I make certain that we coordinate today more than any other day about things that he's seen in his physical neighborhood and what I'm hearing from talking to people in all the other 19 neighborhoods in Chicago. And so we match that up so that we can give you guys what we're about to give you tonight, which is an update based on these 8 teams here. So this conversation, we should be going down each one of these teams here. The top part is the 7 daily living habits. That's personal. So we hope as people look at the top part there, that we have carved out time in our life to make sure that the family is having a conversation on succession planning, things of that nature. That's Sunday. We hope that we carve out time to make sure we know that the smoke alarm is working, that you have a fire extinguisher in the house, that you know who the registered sex offenders are in your zip code. That's Monday. Tuesday, we carve out time to make sure from an academic standpoint, we are constantly increasing our vocabulary learning. Wednesday, economic day, that's the day to not spend money with people who don't care about our conditions as a people. And if we do that, then we should be able to name 4 Black businesses each month that we supported. Then Thursday is health day, making sure that we're doing all we can do to be around for our loved ones. And then Friday, we concentrate on our elders. Saturday, we concentrate on our young people. This is always an open forum, so you guys can jump in, chime in whenever you got a question or a statement you want to make. So that's the top part of the T right there. Now, if I can direct your attention all the way to the bottom next. So from the top all the way to the bottom. And at the bottom across the whole page there, you see 2 months. You see January and July in the first column. You see February, August, the second column. You see March and September, the third column. April and October. And that's why I want to stop it right there, because this is October. If you look right above that, you see some alphabets there. In this case, P, Q, and R, or P through R. Q is in that. And if you go all the way up through those 8 teams, you will see who, this being October, we are counting on, who we are hoping will be available to this zip code. And so when you look up here, all these teams, you see Dominique, last name P. She's a business person. And so that's why she's in that slot there. And as you look down, you don't see anybody else. What that means for 60628 is that we don't know anyone else in the zip code that's into safety, team 3, into education, team 4, which we got Charles Robinson, but he's the governor. Team 5, construction. We don't have anyone dealing with race relations. Team 6, team 7, no one dealing with food, growing our own food, or team 8 dealing with the legal process. So I just want y'all to know how to read this one piece of paper, was one document, to ensure that every month, all 12 months, we know who should be covering for anything that we need in our zip code based on those teams or those 7 daily habits. So I want to open it up and get you guys' thoughts on that.
Well, this Governor Charles, this seemed like a easy and organized reading to me. How we got, have standard to what we do NBCU wise. I mean, you got your 7 daily living habits, which is an easy read that tells what we're doing Monday through through Sunday. And then your teams is 8 teams to match up with that. And then the PQ, I like the way you got the how you dissect the months to make it an easy thing for, I like the way you say the twice a year thing. And that's, to me, no burnout. It shows no burnout. And everybody get a chance to serve, so yeah, I like it.
I appreciate that. Anyone else? Because I'm gonna go through the names that you see listed, because a lot of the people that's not on the call will watch this. So this is training for them as well as we go through this. Anybody else before we go through the names listed there? Okay, so when you look at this here is applicable for every zip code where our people are at. So I'm gonna pull up another one so y'all can see the differences, but I'm gonna go through the names here. And I want you to really just open your imagination on why this matters so much. The first thing is, the first thing our military do to anyone who's an enemy to our interests is we isolate them. We isolate our enemy first. And there's many reasons you do that, but isolation is first. When you look at the state of our community, we've been isolated from back in slavery days where they didn't want the house Negro and field Negro to interact. So they understood that what you do to your enemy, isolate. And unfortunately, where we are now as a people is now we on autopilot with self-isolating, where it's almost second nature for us to not, someone got to mute. It's almost second nature for us to not know our neighbors no more, to not even want to know our neighbors no more. So this is paramount, this zip code concept, where you get to know who else is in your neighborhood. Now, the way we have it laid out here, it allows you to have something personal, which is the 7 daily living habits. And it also allows you to see who in your zip code is doing what. And so as I go through these names, this is all about 60628. So everyone that lives in that zip code, this is your neighbors. This is people who's in your community. So we'll start with team 1. And team 1 is business people. It's people that own a business. They are entrepreneur. And as you can see, starting on the left there, Ladal Edwards. He runs Edwards Fashion right there on, is it 110th, Charles?
112.
Okay.
It's 112. Yep.
So he's a business owner. His last name Edwards, so that's why he's under that column January and July. But he's someone you could do business with anytime. He's right there, and he helps in the community. So doing business with him as a men's fashion, you're helping our zip code. Slide over, you see Stephen Mosley. He said he was going to get on. I hope he does get on. He's an accountant. He helps people prepare their taxes in the zip code there. And he also does some network marketing stuff as well. Then we slide over Dominique. Dominique is an actress. She's a model. She's a military veteran as well. So she can fit in team 3 as well because she's a veteran and she's in you guys' zip code. So as you can see, this is not good just to have 3 people in business that we're interacting with in the zip code. So if you know someone that's in the zip code that's in business, we want to interact with them and get them on the list. We want it to where it's so many names that we got to put it in Excel. Any questions or thoughts on the team 1 business?
Hi, this is Grover. Just joined the call.
Hey, what's up, Grover?
Hey, everybody. Just a general question. These teams and the labels attached to them, are they the same for all the zip codes?
Woohoo! All around the world, yes.
Okay, cool.
Perfect question. Thank
Okay.
you for asking that. This is universal, you guys. This is the reconfiguration for Black people. So no matter where you go in the world, this is what we're promoting, the 7 habits. So literally every day, Nigeria, they literally are updating Chicago about who's on duty and what teams and all that. They on it. So yes, this is universal. So team 2 is people who hold people accountable. So this is when you see Black Lives Matter protesting, things of that nature. Those are team 2 type people. They want to make sure they engage you. They don't mind confronting you. They'll go to the alderman office. They have so team 2 got some energy to them, and they don't mind expressing themselves. As you can see, no one in the zip code we have in that arena. We do have Brother Mook, who should be getting on too, but he's on the safety side. But not sure if he is out there being radical on the team 2 side or not. But that's empty, so no update to give you guys on that front. And again, chime in each team, you guys, if you have any statements you want to make. Team 3. So team 3, consider that police, firefighters, but also military veterans, martial arts, people that teach you self-defense. So team 3 is that type of personnel. So as you can see that Antoine D, he teaches martial arts. We had Mook Mormon. He's one of the safety people who goes out in the community before people get shot or killed and after. Then we have Superstar Patrice. She's actually law enforcement. And then the last one, or the last two, Norm, he's an Air Force veteran. And then we have Eric. He's a Army veteran. I didn't put on there, and I could have put on there, I should have put on there, is Mr. Parker. But we'll add, this is a constant update every month. So that's team 3 safety. So right now, if we needed to patrol the gas station in 60628, we would ask whoever last name is PQ and R, because it's April and 6 months later, October. So, they not burnt out because we haven't asked for anything since April. So that's how that works, so you guys would know. Same with a protest. If we might be going protest the alderman, it would be the PQs and Rs in the zip code under team 2. Did that make sense? What do y'all think about that? Okay. All right, team 4 is where Charles is at. He's a teacher. This is both the instructors, principals, and the students as well. So this is literally, if we put the children on there, it'll be all filled in, but we mainly targeting the adults, the leadership. So Superstar Cheryl, she couldn't be here tonight, but she's on, she's gonna watch it as well. That's why we recorded it. But Cheryl, she's in the zip code. Charles Robinson is in the zip code. Deanna Robinson is in the zip code. All those are people dealing on the education side. Also, Sherry Miller, she's in education too. Anybody got any thoughts on that?
Education.
So on the education side, let me add this component to it. If we needed to ensure that we had homework hotline, guess who will be asked to man it for this month?
Somebody on team 4.
Yeah, PQ and Rs. Yeah. So it's two things to that growth this month, not just education, because if they do it all the time, they're gonna run away from us. But I can handle April and October if I'm last name PQ and R. So it allows us to not burn out people, because the need is so great that we gotta have parcels to ensure that we don't get people running away from us. Excellent. Then now team 5. Team 5 is big because it's so much money that's pouring into America from construction. There's construction happening everywhere. Pete Buttigieg and Biden, they poured so much money into infrastructure. And the sad part, the scandalous part, is we don't see us.
Right.
We don't see us. It is blasphemy that we not capitalizing, our men in particular, that you got other people in our neighborhoods earning a living for their family. Team 5 is shameful. Shameful.
Hey, Grover, that's where we need you to. This Charles, how you doing, Grover?
I'm good, man. I'm hanging in.
All right, still glad I ain't seen you in a minute, but yeah, this your area right here.
No, not construction. I'm a technology type guy.
You the tech, okay?
Charles, that's Anthony Collins. You talking Anthony Collins?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yep.
And And Ish Thomas is there. So Ish, he's one of our superstars. He does all aspects of general contracting. So he'll watch this as well. So he's next month. Last name T Thomas. But Anthony Collins is the electrical school on 111th and Wentworth. He's still trying to get it fully up and going, but he literally is teaching young people low voltage electrical work, and they're out there earning money in Wisconsin, Iowa. So that's someone you guys can connect with as well. But we got to do a better job of, yes.
No, I'm sorry to cut in, but who is that? We got somebody on 60 something near Engage Park that do construction.
Well, oh yeah, he's connected with him. That's Reverend Taylor.
Reverend Taylor. Where is he at? Is he Engage Park?
60629. We won't get into the neighborhoods, but 60629, yes.
Right. That's what, yeah, I'm trying to remember because me and you, I had went over his house one day and he was the one that's having a tough time with the lawn. So I forget his name.
Mm-hmm.
He was into construction. He got a company.
Well, Walter, that's Walter though. What you talking about? Walter Collins.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, right. Walter Collins, yeah.
Well, he's team 5, but for that zip code over there. Yeah. And when I hear us say we need to come together, who should come together? Now, if you're saying Team 5 should come together in all 20 Black neighborhoods, that matters more to me. But if you say everyone should come together, what we all gonna do if we all come together? Like, what are we coming together to do? Versus Team 5 should be coming together in Roseland, Chatham, North Lawndale, because we need to get more of that contracting money. All this construction going on and we ain't a part of it. So should we have our Team 5 people blended in with everybody else so we don't have a concrete plan worked on? Y'all see what I mean by, like, in the lanes, it's work to be done inside each of these lanes.
Yeah, I get it.
All right, Team 6. So Team 6 is dealing with race. Team 6 is for our people who are married to people of the other ethnicity who want to help, who generally have an interest in seeing our community do better. So that's the benefit of Team 6. It allows us to make sure that we have a area where they can add value at, and it not be conflated as them trying to take over anything like that. So Team 6 is a great way to have layers of support outside of the Black community. Any thoughts on that? Okay. All right. Then we had Team 7. So Team 7 is huge because we've been poisoned in our food, and I think everyone knows that. And the sad thing is the cigarette industry in the late 80s started buying the food companies and using the same practices of addicting people to nicotine. They started using them practices to addict us to processed food. And so it's a literal strategic plan that they implemented. And we need to be organized to counter that. And that's the benefit of a Team 7 that's going to make sure that we're focused on growing our own food as much as we can, bartering with each other as much as we can. Ina Jones, you see her name there. She is a sister that is connected with farms in Georgia that's bringing up produce fresh from Black-owned hands up here to Chicago. She's going to open up a store in Inglewood soon. So that's a perfect example on someone who we don't have to worry about the food poisoning because it's one of us. Everett Berry, I didn't type his name in there yet, but he's under A through E. He works with Ina. He's more on the marijuana side. He has a farm as well. And that's all we know dealing with food in the zip code. Anyone know anyone or have any thoughts on the food team? All right, the final one. So this is our legal team. And so this is focused on who make the laws, as in politicians, and also the ones who adjudicate the laws, our judges and our lawyers. And so inside the zip code, we got Ron Walters. He's the lawyer that we know inside the zip code. And so if you guys know any lawyers, we want to make sure that the lawyers are talking to each other, that they know each other, that Ted London and Chatham knows Ron Walters in Roseland. that makes us as Black people stronger when our lawyers are talking to each other and coming up with ways that they can serve our communities better. Any thoughts on Team 8, you guys? All right. So that's what today is about, what we just did. Every month, based on who turn it is, we give an update. Who did we meet? Who made a transition that now they become an ancestor lawyer, they become an ancestor construction person we don't never want to forget. And based on their last names, we won't forget because we'll be constantly reminded to remember them when it's their 6-month term. So that's kind of the update. Anybody got any thoughts? Because then I want to introduce some people that's on the call and what they're doing as well, because we want to always make sure that Black dollars are circulating with Black people. Anybody? All righty, cool beans. So let's first start with Shanita is one of our superstars out of Gary, Indiana, and she does a lot of different things. I would say this, especially when we got our sisters who's putting in the work. We had to find a way as a people, and that's where the $1 comes in, that to finance the people who are serving our community. If we rely on government, then what happens is government can tell us and tell them how far they can go. So when our people walk off the ledge and they're no longer on the plantation, it's so important that we are financially circulating to help them. That's one of the pillars on why we do the $1, so that in the zip code, we can put the money behind the people who are taking the risk. So if you can come off, Shanita, off of mute and introduce yourself and tell us what you got going on.
Hello, everyone. My name is Shanita Starks. Let me see if you guys can see me. I'm actually in the car. I'm always on the move, it seems like now.
But be safe now. No crashing.
No, I'm still. I don't know if you can see me. What I got going on, I'm starting to get out here in the community and really talk about the health of the Black people specifically. You talked on and touched on the fact of the food that we eat and how we're eating it. If we're not healthy, we can't do any of the things that's outlined in that grid that Cy put out there. So really gaining an understanding of how health works for us is vital to us preparing for what I call this urgency or this war against killing the Black race. That's really what it is.
No,
So
it definitely is. Yeah, it's strategic, very strategic.
right. So I'm starting to talking in the public about different things. I got a couple of events coming up this week where I'll be speaking. So me coming out publicly and start talking about, some of the things I've done in the past. I've worked in government, education, and in every sector that you've talked about, even with the career development and the succession planning. That's why I work with the youth. I'm a youth coach in that capacity to make sure that we are getting access to different things, not only college, but construction. So I do have some other people who are working in Chicago and Milwaukee area that can introduce to this grid. So you'll have some other components, but we got to start putting people in those slots. So this is the fourth quarter. So in this fourth quarter, for us to get to 2025, we need to actively, whoever we know in the networks, we can start putting people in those grids, because it's going to be vital that we have a plan, which we already do, but we execute the plan. And that's where I'm at. I'm on the ground floor trying to do the work I do, but actually trying to figure out how that we don't have finance as a hindrance to get us to do the work. So that's part of the people who are out here doing the work shouldn't actually need the services in the way that we trying to promote. So we're going to have to really come together and come up with some strategies. But that's kind of what I'm on. That's a little bit about who I am. I'm always on fire right now because we are in an active state of duty, and this is the ground floor work. And if we don't realize it, this is the awakening. So that's what I call it. So I'm calling people to wake up and to see what we, to get those clouds out of our faces and the shields over our eyes and start understanding that we have the power and we've always had it. So that's a little bit about.
Now, how do people reach you though?
Oh, my number is 219-334-6688. That's 219-334-6688. My email is starktruth, STARKTRUTHLLC@gmail.com. That is STARKSTRUTHLLC@gmail.com.
Can you put that in the
we'll,
chat? Can you please
yeah,
put that in the
that's all I'm
chat?
gonna say. Judy go get on you if you don't put it in the chat, but we'll make sure we get that to everybody too.
Judy today, because I'm actually in this car trying to. Let me see if I can do it.
No,
But,
but I'll make sure everyone gets it. So
okay.
Judy,
But
Judy
please,
is our administrator, so she.
yes, but please, if we can, that's what why these meetings are important. I'm jumping on kind of late, but I'm not late because I already have been doing some of the work here in Indiana and even touching base in Indianapolis and some parts of Chicago already. So this is a good marriage for me to find my tribe, my kinfolks, or whatever you want to call it. So I'm excited. And that's all I got.
No, that's good. And we just lost Sybil, so if she come back on, I'll introduce her. But look at this one, you guys. This is different than 60628. Can y'all see the difference? Grover, you see yourself on this one? You might be on mute. Did we lose Grover too?
No, I'm here. I was on
Okay.
mute, like you said.
All right, can you see yours on this one?
Yep, I see. I'm Thursday. I see my name under team 3.
You know why? Because of the patrols you guys are doing. So that's the safety.
Right. Okay.
There you go.
We still doing it.
Yeah, so I just wanted people to be able to see the difference between the today, which is Wednesday, 60628, and 60629, which was last Monday. And these are all different names, you guys. These are different people who live in those zip codes. And so when we talk about who should be getting together, those teams from every zip code ideally would be talking to each other to make those efforts stronger, safety efforts, construction efforts. So Charles, you see Reverend Taylor there under construction?
Yes. So where are all the zip codes available for us to see? On the website or
Now watch this. Let's do that. Let's go to the website. I'm glad you asked. So that way people can know exactly what to do here and where to find this stuff at. And it's being recorded, so that's the beauty. Others can benefit from what you just asked here. So I'm gonna share my screen. People can watch this as we go to it. Here we go. So you just get any browser, and the key is I go to Google, because with Google, you can at least type in National Block Club University. So I just went to Google, typed in National Block Club University, and there it is right here. Now, the key here is those 3 lines right next to National Block Club University at the top. You see them, Grover? The 3 lines?
Yes, I do.
This is the Bible. You click on this and it opens up every page. And there's 48 pages. So that's overkill. So you really got to know where you're trying to go. This is where we store every one of our files at. So I'm going to go down to what Grover asked about. He wanted to know where those formations were. And there it is right there. See where it say T formations, Grover?
Yes, I do.
You see what time next to it?
7 p.m.
We got on this call at what time? 7 p.m.
7
So
p.m.
literally every day at 7, voila. These are the T formations based on every single day. So the first Sunday, the first Monday, that's what the alphabets are. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and the 1 lets you know which week. So this can be confusing to a new person, but today is Wednesday, the 3rd Wednesday. So I'm gonna go down to this week 2. I'm gonna go down to week 3 here, and it's the 3rd Wednesday. So y'all see which one that is?
T formation. T. What are we looking for again?
So you want yours. So today being the 3rd Wednesday, that's it right there where it say W3 at. That's Wednesday, 3rd Wednesday of the month.
Right.
So I'm gonna click on that and watch what happens when I click on it.
What did you click on? You clicked on one of the lower ones or the go back.
Well, I don't understand. What do you mean?
So you just clicked. What did you click on?
Oh,
T.
the third Wednesday. So today is the third Wednesday of the month. So I clicked on that one.
So is that the YT3?
The W's because it's Wednesday. So
Well, we don't see all of that.
y'all can't see this?
We see week 3 T formations, but when you whatever you clicked on, that's my question. What did you click
Oh,
on?
okay. Now I'm glad you're sticking with me here. So let me break this down so people would know that the first alphabet in that code is the color. So that Y is yellow,
Okay.
the G is green, and then the B is blue. And I'm gonna tell y'all why that matters so much. Every single block all over the country, we color coded the blocks yellow, green, and blue. So just know that those colors help us identify what we're trying to get done on that block. So just know that's the colors, but that's not relevant to you guys. So you can ignore that first one. But that second alphabet is the day of the week. So that S is Sunday, third Sunday of the month. When you see YS3, that's yellow, Sunday, third Sunday. The next day is green, Monday, third Monday of the month. Then YT is yellow, Tuesday, third Tuesday of the month. Today is blue, Wednesday, third Wednesday of the month. Thursdays Thursday is health day. We don't do no meetings on Thursday. And then GF3 is third Friday. It's green Friday, third Friday of the month. And then the last one is blue Saturday, third Saturday of the month. This might seem like, why are we making it so hard? But I'm gonna show you something else on here to make it make sense. You just have to know your code. So once you know your code, it'll guide you everywhere on this website. So we know BW3 is Charles code and 60628, but let's go to yours, Grover. Your GM2, because every second Monday is when we've been having you on the call. I don't know if you paid attention to that. It's always the second Monday of the month.
Did not.
So watch when I click it. Watch what come up when I click.
So you're clicking on that download arrow next to GM2.
Yep, I'm clicking it right now.
Okay.
That's what just came up, and there you go, right there.
Okay.
Now, let's do yesterday, because yesterday was Tuesday. It was the third Tuesday, so we go to YT3. I'm gonna click that, and that was yesterday. It was East Garfield Park, where the Bulls Stadium is. That's who had it yesterday, and theirs popped up right there.
Okay.
So all 20 neighborhoods in Chicago is here, all of them. Every single last one on GM4, that's New City. So you can click on any of them and get who is in construction on any of these. That's always there under the formations. Now, I do want to show you guys something else. So the first thing we always try to make sure people know is, what is our big picture? What's the big picture of what we're doing? And that's called the Global Black System. And there it is right there. See at 10 o'clock, our 10 o'clock trainees. I'm gonna click on that. And Grover, your code is GM2. So I'm gonna go to that. You see it?
Yep. Excuse me. Yep.
So I'm gonna click on that. And this tells us what is all connected to the second Monday of each month. And it's very specific. It tells us the times, 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock. It tells us what blocks. It tells us what U.S. city is also on duty. It tells us what white suburb is linked in. Remember, Team 6 is white race relations. It tells us what the professions are that we're focused on, businesses. It tells us the black zip code, the black suburb. It tells us which country in Africa. And then the blackest state in America, it tells us 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, what towns in Mississippi that is having their once a month meeting as well. And then the last one, this is the G20 that is actively working to hurt Black people worldwide. It tells us who your neighborhood, your zip code is assigned to get in touch with only on the second Monday. So all the Afro-Koreans on the second Monday, they're on duty just like you guys are, Grover, in 60629. So this is heavy. And y'all see Mississippi, these are black towns, 94% black, Glendora, Mississippi. And this is the poorest state in the union. And the problem with that is your money goes the furthest in Mississippi. This is the closest state that we can have at least 2 black senators representing us in Congress, in the Senate, because it's almost 40% black, the state. No other state is close to that. So Mississippi is critical when we talk about policy, because we don't have no state that's rocking black senators. We only got 3 out of all 50. I mean, out of all 100 senators out of all 50 states, we only got 3. And Mississippi is crucial. So if we're investing in Mississippi, helping our people out, we eventually can get to that 40%, which would be the highest in America.
So you're saying
Any thoughts on that?
only 3 black senators? Is that what you're saying?
But you got Georgia Warnock, you got Tim Scott, and then you got Cory Booker in New Jersey. That's it.
3 out of 100?
Yes, 3%. And that's the shamefulness, because the Senate is the most powerful body in the world, and we got 3. So it's very important there what we're talking about, that we strategically get organized.
Oh, you're right.
So let's go to today, and then I ain't gonna overkill y'all. So today is BW3. We're gonna click on that one so y'all can see today. And as you can see, here's BW3 there. It tells us the meetings, 10 o'clock through 7 o'clock, what blocks. It's linked to Dallas, Texas. So Charles is in touch with our Dallas people. It's linked to Schaumburg, the white suburb. It's linked to all our nurses and truckers. It's linked to Lansing, that's the black suburb. South Africa is the African country. These are the places in Mississippi that's on duty, and the percentage of black people in those small towns. And 60628 is linked to Germany and all of our Afro-Germans that live over there in Germany. So that's today, and every day this rotates, you guys, every day. So that's it. That's enough. I don't want to overdo it. But what do you guys think?
I think you still on the wall, brother, and I appreciate you. I got to catch up. You got a lot of information. Lots.
Well, Grover, we thank you, because being one of the 4, Grover is one of the 4G, you guys, 4G. Those are 4 groups of 250 people. He's one of the sponsors. So he literally puts up the $250 while we work on getting 250 people to do $1. And so him and 3 other, right now, black men represent the 1,000. And as we continue doing this, it eventually gets to that place where we really do have the $251 people under. So that way he don't have to put the whole 250 up front. But as we build our financial capacity as a people, this is how it looks. When you in trouble, you need help, we got 4 people we can go to right away, and they're sending it in while we work on the $1 coming in throughout the month. That's power, that's trust, that says there's a structure and a system behind it, and it's gonna take us trusting each other to do it. And at the end of the day, it really just comes back to the $1.
And studying, man. We got to study this thing and really try to fit in where we, get in where we fit in. What really,
yes,
what stir, what makes your baby leap, as they say, my church people say, whatever makes your baby leap, that's where you want to be. And just try to make the best of the situation, make the best of the energy that you're gonna put in it. Make sure it's directed someplace where you feel like putting the energy in.
And Grover, I would say that's the even higher level. Even if you just did the $1 and did nothing else, you're putting into something that's working 24/7. Because every day, y'all notice, every day is someone different. So it's never stopping. You know what I mean? So just imagine people who might not do nothing, but they financing something that's building up their zip codes all over the country. So excellent. This little graph here, I just want y'all to see this. Those are the teams. See, y'all can see the colors there?
You see the colors, but it's kind of distorted.
But you can see the difference between the one on the left and the right.
Yeah.
So the one on the right is what should have happened today in Charles zip code. That means the safety person, the green circle, would have came and heard about what the red circle, accountability, is doing, would have heard about what the yellow circle, education, is doing. And when we don't do this, then we all stay separated, like on the left, doing our own thing. This is a perfect illustration on the challenge we face in all 20 Black zip codes, all 20 cities. The one on the left happens way too often because everyone is busy. And I get busy. And the challenge for us, that's part of what isolation does. We, at some point, at least the leaders have to find time, carve out the time so we can do what's on the right, which is check in with each other and know what each other is doing so we can add value to it, financially support it, and then go back to the left side, which is doing your own thing. But can we carve out time to check in and know what each other is doing? What do y'all think about that?
That's like the $64,000 question, man. Can we? Can we? Will we? That's the reason why
Well, we made it easier with the Q's and R's, so there we go.
Well, I like to think of as uniformness, you know, that everything mirrors
Yep.
each other. And just like we say, it's not a burnout because you only got you got 29 days out of the 30 days to just do you.
Yep.
You know, and 6 months asked to do something, you know. So yeah, it's doable.
I try not to beat people up with that, Charles, because we the most traumatized people on, so I try not to do that. But at some point, we if we get beat down enough, we're going to be looking for what can we do collectively. And the beauty is there's a structure and a system in place that we haven't even talked about the name of an organization on. We talked about all process and systems, no name of an organization on there. And that matters so we don't let ego stand in the way of us strategically and systematically moving to our own, empowerment.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get there. We'll get there. Excellent. All right. Well, we done, you guys. Unless you guys have anything else, that's what this was about. Just to check in, the update, and then we keep it moving.
Gotcha. So real quick, Si.
Yes, sir.
If I just want to sit in on somebody else's zip code meeting,
yes,
where do I find the Zoom information for that?
I'm gonna let you go. I ain't gonna say it because this is recorded. I'll tell you offline. There's a secret to what I sent you guys already, but I'll tell you offline because we do have people who don't want to see this come to fruition. And,
right.
And so they would love to have access so they can disrupt every day. So we don't want to get on the green like that.
Okay. You know,
Gotcha,
not to say that I'm gonna sit in every meeting, but every so often, just I got to get familiar. I need to be familiar with what's happening.
Big time.
And how to find information.
And the beauty, Grover, is you got that because the key with Zoom, if someone was to get on disruptive, you can ban them. So that ain't the real issue there. So you can listen in on anybody's, and if it gets disruptive, not you, but someone else, it's a way of dealing with that, So I recommend people get on as many ones that they want to, and if the zip code don't want someone on there, then we'll ban them. That's all.
Okay, cool.
Excellent. All right, y'all. Well, thank y'all for all that you do. Let's rock and roll. Full speed ahead.
Everybody stay safe.
All right. Love, love, love.
Love to everybody.
Peace out.
All right. I'm going to end it right now. And this is on YouTube, you guys. So y'all be able to go back and watch it if you want.
Okay.
All right. Peace.